Anthony Scaramucci, the founder and managing partner of SkyBridge Capital, provided a comprehensive overview of Bitcoin's growth potential, Bankman-Fried's sentencing, and the future of the cryptocurrency space during his appearance on CNBC's Closing Bell on April 5th, 2024. Anthony Scaramucci is an American financier, entrepreneur, and political figure known for his brief tenure as the White House Director of Communications under President Donald Trump in July 2017. His time in this role was notably short-lived, lasting just 11 days before he was dismissed due to controversial comments he made during an interview. And before his stint in the White House, Scaramucci was a prominent figure in the finance sector. He is the founder of SkyBridge Capital, a global investment firm established in 2005, which focuses on hedge fund products, among other investment offerings. Scaramucci is a graduate of Harvard Law School and began his career at Goldman Sachs before venturing into his own businesses. In addition to his roles in finance and politics, Scaramucci is a public speaker and author, having written several books on business and finance. Despite his brief political curriculum, he has remained an active commentator on political and economic issues, known for his outspoken views and analysis. And Scaramucci highlighted the significant role of spot Bitcoin ETFs in Bitcoin's recent price surge, despite a retreat from its all-time high of nearly $74,000. He pointed out that the January launch of U.S.-listed spot Bitcoin ETFs alongside the United States government allowing ACCP-accredited cryptocurrency custody providers to be attached to Bitcoin and dramatically fuel demand. Scaramucci said that Wall Street's involvement has turned Bitcoin into a highly sought-after product, with over $10 billion in new flows in the first quarter alone, a figure that Scaramucci finds surprisingly high compared to the adoption rates of other investment vehicles like gold ETFs. Scaramucci also touched on the upcoming Bitcoin halving expected around April 20th, which will reduce the daily new supply of Bitcoin, potentially pushing prices up due to increased scarcity. And Ken, Massachusetts, paid Bitcoin has come back what is still part of its stocking out. He discussed Bitcoin as an inflation hedge, noting its performance compared to the devaluation of the U.S. dollars. Never lost value over and lower year holding period. Better regarding price predictions, Scaramucci suggested that Bitcoin could potentially trade at half the valuation of gold, implying a significant upside from current levels. He anticipates a price target of $270,000 for Bitcoin in this cycle, driven by cyclical demand waves. And besides Bitcoin, Scaramucci revealed SkyBridge's interest in other cryptocurrencies like Solana, Algorand, and Avalanche, albeit with smaller positions compared to their investment in Bitcoin. On the topic of Sam Bankman-Fried's sentencing, Scaramucci expressed a mix of disappointment and empathy. He acknowledged the damage caused by Bankman-Fried to his business and reputation, but also recognized the complex personal challenges faced by Bankman-Fried. Scaramucci remarked on the relatively light sentence given to Bankman-Fried, considering the severity of his actions, but noted that the legal process had taken its course. Scaramucci concluded with thoughts on the regulatory landscape, particularly criticizing and somewhat appreciating Gary Gensler's approach to cryptocurrency regulation. He credited Gensler for delaying the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs, a move that inadvertently exposed leverage and fraud within the system, thereby strengthening the industry's foundation. And Reflexivity Research, an affiliate of DeFi Technologies, celebrated its inaugural Bitcoin Investor Day in New York City on 22nd of March 2024, blending classic financial concepts with Bitcoin's cutting-edge promise. Anthony Pompliano, co-founder of Reflexivity, orchestrated the event, drawing notable figures like Cathie Wood, Anthony Scaramucci, and Mike Novogratz to discuss Bitcoin's integration in the mainstream and institutional finance. Gathering attracted a wide audience, from institutional investors to entrepreneurs. During the conference, Yahoo Finance's Brad Smith interviewed Anthony Scaramucci, who praised Popliano for making Bitcoin more approachable to both individual and institutional investors. Scaramucci underscored this shift towards institutional engagement with Bitcoin, largely thanks to the SEC's approval of 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs, offering a regulated pathway for institutional investment. And highlighting the anticipated Bitcoin halving in late April 2024, Scaramucci noted the event's potential to propel Bitcoin's value by reducing the daily supply from 900 to 450 Bitcoins, connected the outflow from Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust to the emergence of spot Bitcoin ETFs and certain bankruptcy proceedings, suggesting a shift towards more efficient investment options. Scaramucci also reflected on the significant generational wealth transfer forthcoming, predicting a surge in Bitcoin demand akin to the early internet adoption phase. He anticipated Bitcoin's market cap could eventually match or surpass gold's, driven by younger investors' growing interest. Discussing Bitcoin's burgeoning political significance, Scaramucci envisaged digital currency policies becoming pivotal in future elections. Candidates would need to align with pro-cryptocurrency sentiments to appeal to the extensive crypto community in the U.S. Regarding central bank digital currencies, while Scaramucci expressed personal reservations, he recognized their eventual development as inevitable, particularly with major economies like China and the EU exploring digital currencies. Finally, Scaramucci touched on the current dynamics of the equity market, specifically within the AI sector. He suggested potential rate cuts by the Federal Reserve might buoy the market, to advising investors to maintain a long-term perspective for substantial returns, aligning this philosophy with both Bitcoin and AI investments.